Hello, this is just a small video about the last stage for Nightway Season 2, meaning the new boss fight against the Zealoid. Kinda walkthrough, so if you don't like spoilers, well, go play the mission, and I will be right here waiting for you. Alright, everyone here, let's go. In summary, the boss fight is kinda easy. Getting there is the annoying part. You're going to need Zealoid codes, which you get by doing infested outbreaks on the planet that have an hour-long derelict ship hovering over them. And you can get only one code for each planet, so you can do multiple outbreaks to get more codes, sadly. Once you have the codes, check either of the ships for the assassination mission, as the other normal missions will still be empty. The fight consists of two main stages. The first one is kind of a ruse, as it appears as a simple, noteworthy mission. The first stage is pretty short, depending on your equipment. Once you slap the Zealoid hard enough, it will release a cloud? Holy smoke! That will turn the infested on the level impervious to enemy damage. But some status effects like Frost, Ice with Independence will still affect them. On my testing, no damage abilities or tenor weapons will do a dent, so just ignore them for the time being. And proceed to search for the Zealoid. And now, the fight begins. And look, analyzing the fight is actually good, as you mutated son of a Yoshi! Right? Praise for later, murder first. So, on this stage the Zealoid is also impervious to damage. What you need to do is hunt for the Zealoid bastions. Once killed, they will drop lanterns. Any infested included in the Zealoid on the radius of the lantern will shed the cloak and be killable. As you kill normal infested, they will feed the lantern and increase the radius and duration of it. I wonder if DA will turn this into a decoration. No, son of a... Alright. Once you do enough damage to the Zealoid, it will blow up the lantern, so yeah. Drop it, otherwise you will be on the wrong side of Excalibur radial line. This stage is simple, just kill the market infested before the Zealoid heals himself. And with the lantern, you must race back to the Zealoid and do enough damage for it to go to the next stage. You can, if you're quick enough, just go kill the bastion and go back to the Zealoid without messing with the infested. Anyway, rinse and repeat this method around 3 to 4 times and the Zealoid is killed. My recommendation for the fight is not to allow the bastions to react. They have an annoying tendency to teleport. Also beware on which planet you are, as I have fought the Zealoid at least 4 to 6 times, and I found that the level of the infested and the bosses change depending on the level of the planet. For example, when I first fought the level was around 40. That or it was nerfed on the last hotfix. Probably later. Now, talking about the fight, DA really learned from the last season. The wolf ended up on a recycled scenario, without the glory it deserved in my opinion. Now, of course, the scenario is kind of recycled from a derelict ship, but it has a different mechanic than just doing a mission and hoping for the best. Or just get in, shoot it, if problem persists, shoot it harder. The fight starts looking generic enough on the first phase. Presentation, shoot it. But here, Mr. Mutated Yoshi changed the things by not being a bullet sponge. Yes, it goes on the trope of having invulnerable stages. Do something so you can walk it, prevent it from healing and repeat. Yet, it's well done, and fun to say the least. I like the fight. It's not overcomplicated, and yet not simple to the point of being boring. The devil is on the details. The use of the lantern and the small deception at the beginning got me hooked. It's interesting. DA knows the flag it got from the last season, and they improved it greatly this time. A proper fight, a proper boss. But it's not perfect, and this is a bit of a nitpicking, so here's what I don't like. I don't like the way you get to it. Farming Outbreak is not fun. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over again is not fun, it's madness. It's the sole reason, as even if I hate LLB to the core, I don't do LLB Mutualist assassination missions, because farming for the keys is boring, and so is farming for the codes to get to the Zealoid. The fight suffers from the trope of a common boss fight, yet I prefer that to a bullet sponge. It's different. On the Wolf of Saturn 6 there is nothing interesting to it, it's just an enemy with a high pain pressure, a high HP bar. Here the Zealoid has a different theme to it, a different mechanic. You can just shoot it until it dies, you have to shoot it, make it vulnerable, drop the lantern so you don't get blindsided, avoid for it to be healed, and rinse and repeat. I know, it's doing the same thing over and over again, but from that, just having a normal enemy, a common enemy that doesn't have a proper presentation, that is supposed to be the big bad wolf, not pun intended, from the season, is a lot better, believe me. Marking the infested and having that message, kill the infested before the Zealoid is healed, I think that's just too much handling. It's just there is something as just too much information in the way I think. The biggest lasers coming from the boss that are not targeting you, that are targeting the infested, is enough message for you to know that I have to kill those bastards before something bad happens. But beyond that, I think the speedrunners will have the most issues. As the fight is locked on stages, you won't be able to brute force your way out, as you will have to face the healing stages. And that is that. Also, the prize you get from farming this boss, from killing the Zealoid, is a new glaive, an infested glaive. That kinda sounds interesting now that I think about it. Once I have the parts for the new glaive, I may review it. Of course, even Jesus stops being a cunt!